Good morning. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for December 9th, 2017. On today's newscast, we talk about Pokemon Go. We've got more information about the Detective Pikachu movie coming out. And Megaman is getting a new game. We'll tell you all about it coming up soon. Hey!
So,
What up? Welcome.
yeah.
It's December.
It's
Getting close to December. The Christmas season is upon us. Music is being played.
Oh, it's been playing for a while.
It's been quite some time, even before the start of December.
Yes.
It is the season. Don't get me wrong. I love this type of year. This season, like the snow. The holidays are a nice time to relax.
Yeah.
But sometimes some places get overboard.
Yep.
We're not one of those places. We're just gonna give you the vanilla.
With previous experience working in retail.
Oh yes. I
All
think
that
you and I
music.
both have retail.
All that music.
Some level of
Nope.
retail experience. No. Anyways, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Yes.
It is December 9th, 2017. My name is Tony.
I'm Chris.
And
Hey, we got that
hopefully
right this time.
Not this time. I'm just gonna make sure everything is kosher
Hey.
on all fronts. Let's give it a second to go here. Yep, those are good to go.
Hey, we're all live.
Yeah, those are good to go. All right, so
Ugh. Jump
it's
right
pretty
in.
thin. It's a debatably thin week.
Yeah.
Nothing we can really talk about like for certain, but we know what we can talk about for certain. Pokemon.
It's a big thing this week.
Oh man, I have the post-credit show. Hold on. Wide shot.
It's not post-credit.
It's
We're
not the
talking
post-credit
about
show.
that.
My apologies. We'll do that, and we'll do that, and then cut. There we go. Sorry,
That's
you guys.
cool.
You guys had it from last week. That's fine. But
That
either
was
way,
cool.
technical. Anyways, let's get into it.
Yes.
We got a lot of Pokemon stuff actually surprising this
Yeah,
week.
I know, right?
So let's Pokemon Go. Your brief
ahead.
Pokemon Go minute
Yes.
update. I actually had a couple massive updates this week,
Yes.
which are in full effect now.
One I'm confused about, but I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, we'll see. I'll let you know.
Yes.
We'll let you know. So, Hoenn Pokemon, Generation 3 Pokemon, most of them are out now.
Mm-hmm.
They said 50 of them are out. Not all of them. I think just a couple handful are. They're going to roll them out in stages again,
Yeah.
like they normally do. But this is a good solid chunk of the third generation Pokemon. So, popular ones such as Mudkip, the Torchic, and I can't remember the grass one for the life of me.
I'm lost on Generation 3.
It'll come to me. So the Pokemon from Ruby, Silver, and Emerald,
That'd be why.
the Game Boy Advance generation, those are starting to roll out to worldwide. I think most of the ones they're holding off back on are probably going to be the regional exclusives.
And the
Who knows?
legendaries, I would assume.
The legendaries will be coming. Right now we're in Ho-Oh season.
Yeah.
We actually got that extended for a couple of days
Oh, okay.
from the last time because we caught so much during the Pokemon Go travel event. They decided to release Ho-Oh as a raid boss for I think 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then that got extended to a couple days. So I got a message. Oh, don't worry about it. And so. What was I saying? Raid bosses with Ho-Oh. And so that's been extended for a couple of days because there was a weird raid error system where people joining the lobby couldn't catch Ho-Oh for whatever reason. So they extended a couple days.
Which is good to keep it.
Exactly. That's fair. That's the right thing to do. But eventually Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza will all show up eventually as raid bosses from Generation 3. Those are the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
But they've also implemented, if you've played Generation 3 before, a lot of the areas in the map had a lot of weather effects. And so They are rolling those weather effects into Pokemon Go.
That's what confuses me.
So basically, they haven't really talked about where they're getting their weather data from, but it seems to be fairly accurate right now.
I would assume
it's fairly accurate.
Google.
They actually don't use Google Maps anymore. They switched over to another open source standard.
Okay.
It's called OpenStreetMaps.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that's where they're going to get their weather data from, because what it is basically, if it's sunny outside, it's going to be sunny in the actual Pokemon Go game,
Yeah.
as well as offer boosted chances to find certain types of Pokemon.
Okay.
So while it's sunny or clear outside, I think it's grass, ground, and fire type Pokemon will spawn more.
Okay.
Is the big piece about that. And on top of spawning more, you'll get more Stardust if you catch those specific Pokemon, as well as have them. They're going to be a little bit more stronger than your average Pokemon that you catch.
Okay.
So there is a boosted chance in that as well.
So then for like a rainy season, it would be like
More water. It's going to be
ice.
water, lightning, and some other type of Pokemon will spawn more.
Was there ice in Generation 3?
There is ice, but that'll come during snow.
I guess, yeah. So now.
Well, it's the current weather data. So where we live right now, it is very sunny, and it will be very sunny for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to trying out that snow weather if we actually finally get it. Like we're
in Canada. We will eventually.
The weirdest thing about this update is like, yeah, cool. Oh, we actually have good weather now, so we can't actually like say we have cold weather or snowy weather to try that out. So depending on where you live, if you live in the coastal regions, you'll get a lot of rain, so you'll get a lot of rainy or water type and lightning type, and I think it's not grass type, but it's one of the other 3 types. Okay. So on top of sort of the weather effects, it also affects battle as well. So if it's in a sunny day, certain fire type moves will do more damage in raids and against gyms. So there is an incentive to use certain Pokemon who typically you wouldn't use because they're not a very good fighter.
Yeah.
But because of the sunny day effect, their fire moves such as Fire Spin and Ember and Flamethrower will deal a little bit more damage.
Okay.
So there is a bit of incentives. Niantic has already said that the weather stuff there will not be any like regional or weather exclusive Pokemon.
Okay.
So it's not just like, oh, it's rainy season right now, more Mudkips or more water type or more Squirtles will spawn, and they won't spawn when there's no rain or no water. It's just that they'll spawn more.
They're more common.
They'll become more common.
So correct. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it first came out, some areas had more. Like if you're by a body of water, you're more likely to catch a water. Is that going to affect it?
That's still going to be the same.
Okay.
But when it starts raining in those areas, you're going to be catching lots of water Pokemon.
Okay.
I think I saw someone who already has a Swampert living in the coastal region. He's the final evolution for Mudkip.
Okay.
And so you need like 120 something candies for that sucker, and
he already got it.
Yes, he already got it.
Wow.
Because of the rain and the biome in which he lives.
Okay.
So for us, it would be a lot of rock type Pokemon, a lot of fire type Pokemon, where we're going to get lots of.
Okay.
And I think grass Pokemon right now too would be pretty
Psychic.
good. Psychic, I don't remember what weather.
Already seems stormy to me.
I think that's going to be foggy.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Foggy type weather. Hold on. Pokemon Go weather. We're gonna. There's about 9 different weather effects that are being introduced into the game. Let's see here.
Just
fact checking. I don't care about that. No, I went too deep. Weather spawns. So sort of the silver lining to this is if you live in an area that has a lot of weather, like extreme weather, such as a hurricane or a typhoon, there's actually an additional warning message now that tells you Pokemon are less likely to spawn. Don't go outside. So that's sort of I like that. And you know what,
it makes sense.
With this last summer, with all the rain and all the flooding that's been happening, like that actually makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Like, it's to deter people from going outside. And it's like, oh, it's just this light. It's just a small rain.
There's a legendary.
I need to go. I need to go get it. No, you can't. So
that's good that they're keeping people safe.
Right. So it's an actual like warning that pops up in the game that says like extreme weather warning.
Yeah.
So that's super. I think that's a really cool idea for them. So Let's see here.
And then obviously, if they're, I assume if the wind is up, you're going to get more flying.
Yes.
Those type of guys.
Correct. I know where it can go. Yes. Yes. Pokemon weather system explained. So. Spawn points during the night.
Now, is Dark Pokemon...
Dark Pokemon have their own weather that they'll spawn in.
Okay.
So...
I can't remember what generation that started.
Oh, they found Groudon in the raid data. Not that he's out yet, but... But yeah, just look outside, yeah. Basically. There's going to be, I think there's 9 different weather effects. And the nice thing, if you can't remember it, you can just click on the little weather icon, and it'll tell you sort of the bonuses that you're going to get in that time period. Like I said, there's sunny, clear skies, foggy, windy, snowy, rainy. I think there's like 2 or 3 others.
So that's going to really affect gyms too then.
Yes, it will affect the meta as well in your area. So
you really have to pay attention to maybe even switch out.
Right, so if you live in an area that's lots of rain, maybe don't put any fire Pokemon in your gyms.
Probably not a good idea.
Because that's a lot of bonuses due to water type attacks.
I'm just thinking of, because we're in Alberta, it's very sporadic weather, so you don't...
Yeah, we're going to be all over the place. I think our meta is going to be fine in terms of the gyms.
Yeah.
So... yeah, look out for that. More Hoenn Pokemon weather. I think this is a huge update. This is
it's pretty big.
The biggest update they've had in a long time. I mean, the Pokemon Go travel stuff was pretty cool too. Mm-hmm. I think I caught like 9 ducks. Well, whatever. Yeah. Well, if they're here, I'm gonna catch them.
Well,
so.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, looking forward.
Big, huge.
Just Tellus World of Science is a mudkip nest.
Oh yeah.
I heard you like mudkips. I heard you like them. I love that joke. It's the best joke ever. Okay, so more Pokemon, more news.
Pokemon.
So we had reported this a little bit early, a couple weeks back. They were casting, I don't know, someone for the Pikachu movie, the Detective Pikachu movie. That wasn't really set in stone.
The actual person.
Yeah, but now they've got another casting. And I don't know how I think about this, but
like Nick said, it's interesting crossover possibilities.
I don't think it'll cross over.
It's never going to.
It's
but
funny.
It's interesting.
So the Detective Pikachu movie, it's still coming out, but Ryan Reynolds is being cast as Pikachu. So I have two trains of thought on this. One is what?
Does Detective Pikachu talk?
No. Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does talk.
Okay.
And when the Japanese version of the game, if you play it, yes, he does talk in that specific game.
Okay.
It's not just like...
Okay, so it's not just Ryan Reynolds saying Pikachu.
No.
Variations.
No. It'll be actually Ryan Reynolds doing it.
Well, that'd be funny, though.
My other train of thought is, this is crazy enough to just work. This might be crazy enough that people are going to be super interested into it.
It's the big name that's going to pull people in.
Between Pokemon and Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Like, I think that...
I don't know how this movie's going to do.
I don't know how they... I would like to know how they, like, his agent approached him, or did the Pokemon company approach his agent, or like this seems like a really weird combination of factors.
Well, he has at least one kid now. I don't know how old. I think it's his daughter. So maybe it was even if she's old enough that maybe she convinced him.
Oh, hold on, I gotta mute that. So
maybe maybe if she's old enough and she's playing this stuff.
And I think he wants to make a move. And I think there's something he wants his kids to watch that's not Deadpool.
Yeah.
or that's not the Hitman's Bodyguard.
That'd be a good idea.
That he can say, like, I did that. So a lot of things that people don't remember or forgot about this Detective Pikachu movie is that Alex Hirsch is writing the movie.
Okay.
And Alex Hirsch is, if you recognize the name, he's the guy that made and created Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah.
So that's got a lot of, this movie has a lot of interesting talent behind it. Between the creator of Gravity Falls, you've got Ryan Reynolds. It's Pokemon.
And it's Pokemon.
And it's Pokemon, like the Detective Pikachu movie, like the one thing that we never asked for.
But we're getting a lot of it now.
But for whatever reason, like it's working in terms of going viral and gaining a lot of traction.
I will be expecting Pikachu to be making dirty jokes.
I don't know.
I don't think he will, but the whole time I'd be watching that movie, I'd be expecting him to make some sort of dirty joke.
I'm not exactly sure what. This is the movie that no one asked for, but it looks like it's going to be amazing.
I don't know if amazing is the word I'm looking for.
At some point, you have to just go into these Pokemon movies and just have no expectation at all.
I don't go into Pokemon movies.
Well, when you watch Pokemon stuff, it's just like, oh, okay, that's just the kooky TPCI stuff, just making random decisions.
I'm expecting it to be super cheesy.
I am 100% expecting it to be incredibly cheesy. So, yeah.
And it's just increased.
And Justice Smith might be the child, like the human companion for Ryan Reynolds' Chew. He's sort of...
Oh boy, that's quality. It's quality actors right there.
I'm so excited for this movie.
You'll see it.
I'm so ready for it. I actually am so ready for it. I just don't know why.
I will not rush out to go see this movie.
I forgot to load the chat. So if you've been chatting at us, I apologize. So yeah, there's still no date. They're still working on it.
I'll wait for it.
I think they're doing a motion capture right now. So
with Ryan Reynolds actually running around,
I'd be totally okay with that.
On all fours.
You know, he doesn't. Okay, Pikachu
does.
He does, but he walks on with his hind legs.
Okay, but if he's running, he's gonna go on all fours.
He totally will.
And Ryan Reynolds will be doing this.
He totally should. And
blooper reel.
He needs to have the hat.
He'll be He
needs to have the hat.
Yep.
The correct hat.
I agree. I am waiting for the blooper reel on that one.
I just don't understand why this movie's coming out.
I don't know. I don't know.
So moving on.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty thin week. This might be actually a pretty short cast.
We can touch on other things that we were questioning on.
Yeah, well, there's other stuff that we have other things to talk about.
Yeah.
But this is confirmed news. Megaman had its big celebration this week. Yeah. I think it's its 30th or 25th anniversary. Something major.
Yes.
And so they had a live stream talking about sort of the history of Megaman, where it's going to. And I honestly thought they were going to announce Mega Man Legends 3 and then cancel it by the end of the by the end of the stream, because that game is done.
Why not? No.
So, but instead of getting that, they announced Mega Man 11.
Yes.
Which, if you've played or actually not even just played, but been following the Mega Man games in the past, what was it, like 8, 9, and 10 were that weird retro 2D demake for sequels to that were on PS3, Xbox 360, PC, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so Mega Man 11 is sort of not a soft reboot, but like an actual true successor to all those Mega Man games, because it's going to be a 3D side-scrolling Mega Man. It actually looks like
it looks interesting.
Mega Man. And
it's a side-scroller, but it's updated.
It's definitely, it looks like it's in response to Mighty Number 9, because it has that same sort of visual style. That's obviously the characters are Mega Man art styles, but that 2D, 3D art aspect of Mighty Number 9 is definitely can be seen here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm interested in it. It's coming out on Switch. So
was it just the Switch?
No, it's everything. Okay. It'll be coming out on everything, but the fact that I can play Mega Man on my Switch.
Combine that with Sonic and
I was gonna say, like, Sonic Mania did amazing.
Oh yeah.
And it is amazing for the lack of a better term. So yeah, that's coming out I think like next year. I think it's 2018. 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
I want to say 2019 is more realistic.
It's the 30th. Now I'm remembering the trailer. Yeah, it was the 30th anniversary.
Oh, XX. No, not that kind of XX. 2018. So
sometime next year.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't
Like I
know.
said,
Have
it
you played a
looks-
lot of Mega Man?
No,
Okay.
but just seeing this trailer though, like I know
You know
of Megaman. Obviously, I've seen it in play. I do like the look of this this trailer. Like the trailer has really piqued my interest on it.
And I think the nice thing is if they can get this game running at 60 frames per second, it will look amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's honestly, with the current hardware, it should not be difficult to do.
Not at all. Yeah, so. But yeah, that's just another game to add to the pile. It's already coming in 2018.
Yep.
For me, anyways.
Yeah, my list is slowly building up again. I've been playing a lot of Wolf 2 and Pokemon, but other things are piling up again. So so those are the confirmed newses. Is we can really talk about for sure.
But that we can actually in depth talk about. The other ones are kind of
so. The big thing is this week apparently Fox and Disney are still talking.
Yeah, and a rumor is that it's coming really soon.
It could be as early as this coming week.
Yep.
Something big coming this week because what I had read is that the bankers between the two companies, that the guys who handle all the finances, are sort of sorting out the fine print.
Okay.
And so, in terms of legalese, I don't know where that is in terms signing the dotted line.
I do love Chris Evans' tweet.
I think everyone loves everyone's tweets and this entire thing.
That he said about it. With the Human Torch.
I had to think.
America
I had to think about. I had to think about that for a quick second. I'm like, why would? Oh, right, because he does that too.
And he plays both characters.
Plot twist.
Yes.
Plot twist. They've done a demuscleized version of him before.
I love it.
They can just do it again.
Yep. Old Man Cap and Human Torch.
I don't know. I'd be okay with that. I'd be oddly enough okay with that. So, but yeah,
it's ongoing.
It's ongoing, but there's just so much people need to realize. And at the end of the day, it is going to be a good thing if Disney does acquire sort of the properties.
Yeah.
But you just have to realize that they're taking a massive movie studio off the market.
Yes,
is the big piece.
And that's what I think people are most concerned with.
Because then you lose. Well, not you. You wouldn't lose movies like Alien or Deadpool and stuff like that. Like it's just they won't be quite the same.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to my fiance about it, and this is something that I think Disney would, if this deal does go through, what Disney should do is branch off inside of themselves and make sort of like an not adult oriented movie studio, but like a studio that is willing to do
where they're in control, but they're letting
another subsidiary company to do like Disney Art or something like that. I don't know. And then they could handle the Deadpool, the Alien, the more mature, the more adult, mature content movies. I think the other scary part about this is that Fox owns 30% of Hulu.
Yeah.
Disney owns 30% of Hulu. If Disney buys Fox's rights out, they will become the sole proprietor of Hulu.
Which will turn into the Disney streaming service.
Which will turn into the Disney streaming service, which will be only available to America because
Hooray!
Hulu. We already don't get a lot of like the cool. I think Runaways apparently is amazing, but we don't get that here. Like I have to find that out. I have to find that.
Yeah, even the Netflix stuff. American. You American guys get the good stuff.
Yeah, but they have to deal with,
I guess,
something else. They got to deal with someone else.
Yeah, it's not a good trade-off, but
it's an awkward trade-off. So, yeah, this deal is always going to be in flux, and realistically, if they could get it done by December, or by the end of December, this could potentially affect the development of future Marvel movies. Obviously,
the movies will obviously have an effect. I think the TV universe for Fox and that I think they'll finish off this seasons of everything, and then you'll see next year.
Because The Gifted is actually apparently doing pretty good as well.
Is it?
Yeah, my understanding is that people are really enjoying it.
But I mean,
but then again, that could just be regular movie like TV show watchers, not like comic book people like us.
Yeah, and I think Disney will take time to assess everything and see how it's
Yeah, because the thing is that you have to look at the mutants and the Fantastic Four license. Yeah, they get it back, but the damage has been so irrevocably done to it. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you salvage it? Like,
but I think just putting the brand name behind it.
They've already rebooted X-Men twice.
Yeah, but I think putting the brand name of Marvel behind it.
That's true.
People will go, okay, these are the guys that have done these.
They need to, when they do that, they need to get in front of it all and be like, we will be doing Fantastic Four stuff. We will be doing Martin stuff, mutant, and cosmic stuff now. Like, it's not.
I don't even know if we'll see a rush to that.
No,
like they already have their plan.
Because if you remember with Spider-Man when that happened, they did get in front of it all.
Yeah.
But I think the development behind getting Spider-Man and getting him into Civil War, there was a big enough time gap.
Yeah.
That they were like, yeah, he will be in a Marvel movie, but that's like, 20. When did Civil War come out? 2017?
Yeah.
2016. 2016. And that news dropped, I think, 2013.
Yeah, it was it'll take a while.
And yeah, like this will affect what Infinity War Part 2 or Avengers 4 will be. And Kevin Feige has been on record stating that there are 20 unannounced movies coming out.
And that's without but he might be saying that with the thought that they're already
and that's
getting it.
And that's why he can't confirm what the titles are.
Yeah.
Or what their plans are, because everything's in flux.
Yeah.
I mean, just getting Spider-Man back moved everything back.
Yeah.
Like a massive, a couple years. So.
Yeah. And
just imagine getting the Fantastic Four, getting mutants back, even getting Deadpool back would be huge because people love that character.
Yeah. I mean, it's Marvel or Disney's really on a high right now.
They're super high.
I mean, comparatively, even you look at I kind of mentioned it before we started with the DC movie stuff. They're reorganizing.
Yes.
Justice, I don't see why, because Justice League to me was a
movie. We enjoyed it. It wasn't a complete train wreck.
No.
It definitely had its moments.
Obviously, it didn't do well at the box office, but I think that's just based off reputation.
Yes. And people going in with the expectation of this is going to be a shitty movie, and then they're walking out like, "Yeah, that was a shitty movie." I'm like, "No,
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't a bad movie at all. It was. In fact,
the last two they've done are actually decent.
In fact, it was a fairly passable movie. It wasn't.
So just seeing the contrast here with Disney and Marvel, just nothing they can do is wrong in people's eyes. What DC is.
I really think that it's just that people should err on the side of caution in regards to that. And I mean, looking at it from devil's advocate, it's a good idea. It's really good, but there's other things that come along with this merger. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of the complicated stuff is happening right now. That's why it obviously isn't signed already. Yeah. If Disney picks up other stuff, there's more than there's just mutants, and more than just Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hulu. It's all these other random X-Files. That's in production right now. Season 11
that'll be done.
Season 11 is in production right now. So
I don't see Disney touching a lot of stuff right now, but that's why I think
X-Files would be fine. If the right move for Disney, if they do acquire, is just to let things progress as they are, is the right thing. And then when it comes time to make a Deadpool 3 or whatever future mutant, or even if they want to touch Fantastic Four again.
Yeah. I don't think anybody wants to touch Fantastic Four for a bit.
Yeah, I think
that'll be your first one out, if anything.
That turd's a little too hot right now.
Because even the Dark Phoenix movie now
and you have the New Mutants coming out too already.
That's early 2018.
That's like February or March.
Yeah. And then you have the Dark Phoenix saga or whatever going on with the X-Men. I don't see that being complicated. I think that movie will still be pushed out.
If anything, I think that movie will be delayed in order to sort of make it in line with what they want the MCU to do.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that there's been some backdoor discussions between Fox and Marvel and their movie executives that's like, we want this, because obviously Fox has to talk to Marvel when they want to do certain character changes. We've seen that in the past.
Yeah.
And so once those conversations have started, they're not going to stop.
No. As
witnesses by this deal/no deal.
It's picked up in momentum now. Ever since we kind of did this a few weeks ago, where it was brought up.
So here's my thought process, and I know that this company is not on the table about this, but what if Sony picked up Fox's movies and TV?
I don't want that to happen.
But hear me out, though. It would be the better solution, because then you could have Sony sharing certain properties with Marvel and Disney, but Sony isn't afraid to do sort of the adult, mature TV shows, movies. Yeah, like they could.
Example of
yeah,
that.
like they would be able to do that. Like Sony and Disney have a fairly working relationship right now.
Yeah.
Between Spider-Man, and what's to say that Sony won't share the mutant stuff with Marvel, but keep some sort of the adult stuff like Deadpool.
Give it to Sony, maybe. Yeah.
Like that's the big piece. That's my conspiracy theory. Is it what if scenario if Sony bought Fox?
But that would be really confusing. Though,
I don't think Sony has the money for that.
I thought Sony tried to get out of this.
They tried to, but I think it's Spider-Man itself is doing so well for them.
I
that
guess
they are going to, and with this unofficial support from Disney, I think Sony is still in the water.
Yeah.
My only hole in that entire theory is that I don't think Sony has that money to buy Fox.
Probably not.
So if any company in the world would have the money, it's Disney.
Yeah,
is the big thing. Because I think early reports are saying like this is going to be like a $600-something billion deal.
Yep, and that's really disgusting that Disney is able to
just like
have that type of money. That's nothing to them.
Yeah, they make that in a year. All they need to do is drop a Star Wars and 2 Marvel movies a year.
And that's it.
Yeah,
done.
And then between that and Disneyland,
yeah, all their Disney Channel and
everything Disney is massive.
Pulling in money.
So really, like they can drop that and they'd flinch at it, but then they'd make it back.
They'd be making that money back in a year,
especially if they get the right stuff, like the right properties back.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Fox will close down as a TV channel, and everything will just be moved over to something else.
We're not lawyers. We don't know how stuff.
We're speculating.
Like, if someone drops the rights to like X-Men on the ground, how does that work? Like, does someone like?
Well, no.
Is it just like mine?
I'm talking about just the TV section in general.
Like, I think a lot of that is it's like you can't just take things piecemeal.
Sure.
So, moving on to weird news. I watched this on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
The Video Game Awards happened.
Yes, you showed me a clip of the
best part, arguably the best/worst part of the Video Game Awards. So let's just get into sort of like the big pieces.
There are a few game reveals.
There's some massive game reveals.
They're Bloodborne 2 or whatever.
No.
There was that one that looked like apparently it's speculated that it is Bloodborne 2. I think it's an unofficial title right now.
Was it developed? Is it being developed by From Software?
I can't remember.
If it's not developed by From Software, then it's
reading.
not. It is not Battle. Then it's not that. So the big news is Bayonetta 1 and 2 is coming to Switch, as well as Bayonetta 3 is coming to Switch as well.
I still haven't played the first one.
I feel really bad for not finishing the second one.
Nick would be the perfect person because he's played, I think, both of them.
Has he actually played Infinity
Blade? I think he has.
Oh.
I remember one for sure he's played.
I feel really bad.
It might get me to play them again. I don't know.
So the nice thing is when Bayonetta 1 comes out on Switch, you'll get a free download for 2. Or 2, when you get 2, you get 1 for free on the Switch.
Okay, yeah.
That happened with the Wii U version.
Okay.
When Bayonetta 2 came out, you got the first game for free as well. So very, very similar parallels in that regards.
Yeah.
But yes, Bayonetta 3 coming out for Switch.
Interesting.
The trailer was very minimal.
Yeah.
It was basically the logo for the Witch's Covenant or whatever, and then a 3 in it, and everyone lost their minds. So
always do.
And then Death Stranding had a wonderful, wonderful convoluted trailer.
I will watch that after.
Which, like, I cannot explain. This Hideo Kojima is the only person crazy enough to do something so convoluted and something so contrived that I'm so ready for it. So, and the best part about after watching that trailer, we were all expecting like, oh, sweet, you get to see gameplay or we get to see more of the story. No, not even a little bit.
Well,
in fact, you get more questions.
With him, I'm not surprised that it's going to be like a cinematic movie.
No, like that's, and especially
all the Metal Gear ones are just That's what
and the crazy part is he's working with Guillermo del Toro too, so the monster designs are going to be amazing. Norman Reedus is still on the project.
Mads Mikkelsen too.
Mads Mikkelsen is still on the project as well. Like, those guys love Kojima. Like, they'll do almost anything for him.
Yeah.
So got that. So that was huge. The
Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur 6. I am very excited because that was one of the first fighting games I grew up with.
Yeah.
I played Soul Calibur, Soul Blade, and then Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. Like, I have some very, very good memories of that game.
I never played one of those Soul Calibur games. I can't remember which one it was though.
So really looking forward to that. They showed off the new PUBG map.
Yep, the desert
map, which actually looks all right.
And didn't they give 1.0 a release date too?
So there's the early access date for Xbox and Xbox One. I think that's like next week or something like that. But 1.0 is officially dropping on December 20th. So that is now in line. It is in the running for Game of the Year because it's out of early access.
That's what they're aiming for. Build you up all year, and then, hey, here's 1.0.
That's so stupid. And it's still going to be buggy as hell.
Probably.
That's the dumb part about that. It's like, yeah, sure, you slap a 1.0 on it. That doesn't mean it's like bug-free, go.
No.
So that's coming out. In terms of big video game awards, nothing
surprised about
nothing outstanding. I was really surprised. Okay, so maybe I'm not interpreting the award category properly. The award was for best ongoing game.
Yeah.
So when I think ongoing game, I think something like early access. I think something that's still in very much development. And so games like Destiny 2 and Overwatch were on there.
Yeah.
Like full-on games that have come out at full $60 or $70 price tag. And then right up line with things like Fortnite and PUBG.
Yeah.
Which one of those two should have won because, yes, those are early access. They are still in constant development. And apparently Overwatch won out of all of those ongoing games.
Go Blizzard.
I mean, they can't stop winning, apparently. And here's the crazy part about Overwatch winning that award. I don't think they've actually done anything to that game.
Well, there was a new DLC recently, wasn't there?
They added competitive multiplayer, which should have been there from the get-go. Their seasonal events only last for about 2 weeks or so. Like, those kind of modes should stay in forever.
Yeah.
And really, it doesn't add anything. They haven't really added anything huge to it. They haven't added a big story mode. They haven't added anything too in-depth to the game. Whereas you look at something like PUBG, that's a game that's always in development.
Yeah.
There's always things like, for example, vaulting is in the in the test server now.
Yeah.
The desert map is in the test server. Like, that's huge. You would think something like that should win.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not full on Game of the Year.
No.
So
and I think that went to Zelda.
That went to Zelda.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly enough.
Well, considering how much hype Mario got.
Yeah, it was going to be, honestly, it was between Mario and Zelda to me.
I'm a little surprised, actually.
Zelda, I think I agree with. Zelda, I think I had a really, really good time with when I look back at Mario.
Yeah.
You look at it and you go, yeah, once you're done collecting all the moons, what are you going to, there's really not a whole lot to do. Whereas you look at something like Zelda, there's always constantly ways to break that game.
Yeah.
And there's always constantly ways to essentially have fun in that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where it came down to. Because a lot of other games were in the VGA Game of the Year awards, or Game of the Year.
Yeah. I don't know the exacts.
I'm just pulling up the nominees.
I want to say Frozen was... not Frozen. Horizon.
Horizon? Okay, so the nominees for Game of the Year was Horizon, Persona 5, PUBG, Mario, and Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, Persona 5, I can clearly see not winning. It already won... I think it won Best RPG.
Yeah.
JRPG or RPG. If that's the only award Persona 5 wins, I'm okay with that. Because that's essentially what that game is. I'm surprised Horizon wasn't, like, up there. PUBG, I don't think should be on that list.
No, because it's not really out.
It's not really out, but it's not like it's not... When you put it next to something like Zelda and Mario, or even Horizon, it's not the same. It's not even anywhere...
I think it was... Even looking at this, obviously it's past, but if you didn't know, I think personally you would think Odyssey or Zelda.
I would honestly, I would put either Zelda or Horizon because those two are really solid.
Well, they're the same game.
Yeah. So, and it's just one looks really good and one plays really good. So
they both played good.
If I'm trying to remember some of the winners, best Cuphead won 1 million awards this year. I really think I should look into that game.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
So, best score, best audio design, best performances. A lot of Uncharted won for best performance. It's not unsurprisingly. No, wait, hold on. No.
Well,
no, Hellblade won for best performance. Hellblade won.
Yeah.
Which is I think.
And then you just see there that The Lost Legacy got 2 nominations for the same category.
Yeah.
They're along the same lines as like Kojima, where it's like those games are movies.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Yeah, like those guys at Naughty Dog know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Best action adventure game. It was, I think Zelda won this one. The nominees were Assassin's Creed Origins, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mario Odyssey,
excellent
Breath
games.
of the Wild, and Uncharted. And yeah, I think it came down to Zelda. I think Zelda took home a lot of awards this year, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, I mean
this year was pretty standard. Yeah, like ongoing game is a weird category.
Yeah. With obviously the highlight apparently being like I said, like you showed.
Yeah, because
the F-bombs being dropped.
Yeah. Okay, so there was the developer. There was a the developer. I can't even remember his name anymore.
I don't know.
But he was developing a game for EA, or EA was producing a game for him or helping him push the game out, and it looked like a really cool. Like they ended up showing a gameplay trailer for it, and it actually looks really cool. But he kind of went off the rails a little bit, and
bit.
Mr. Keeley was clearly agitated. And yeah, when you get that when you're on internet, when you're on an internet TV show,
it's always funny with those interviewers when they get caught in those awkward.
It's funny because they did that.
Like what?
It's funny because the next developer they had on, he was like, I'm not gonna be crazy. I'm just gonna talk about my game. Here's a trailer. I'll goodbye.
Well, that interviewer's reaction was the same where I think Jim Carrey had a interview recently.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the interviewer was caught off guard by everything he was saying. Mm-hmm. Because he was just being completely honest. And he was saying all this stuff that was just like, okay. And just a reaction. The same with here. Mm-hmm. You see that guy's reaction, and he's just like,
Jeff Keighley is he's a really cool, calm-headed guy, and so you can. I pretty sure he's not inviting him. Like Jeff's not inviting him back next year.
Not at all.
Unless his game is up for a nomination or something like that. So, let's see here. Esports Overwatch bought one for best esports game.
There was actually a tabletop thing too.
Where tabletop game of the year, it was a lot of weird games, but Arkham Horror. What? Yep. Okay, is this 27? Yeah, no, this is South by Southwest. This is not the VGAs.
Okay,
this is not.
That's where I was confused.
But yes, Overwatch did win best esports game.
Yeah,
it did win this year.
That's not surprising.
Other trailers, just a bunch of other good-looking games that are not coming out yet.
No, not for a while.
I think that's just the nature of the business.
Yeah. That was that, and then PSX came. PSX, sorry.
So, anything major out of that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Hey?
Nothing that really piqued my interest in it. There were a few games. I can't remember them exactly. I kind of briefly skimmed over it this morning. There was some more gameplay trailer for God of War, the Detroit Human or Becoming Human or whatever.
Yeah, those are the guys that do Quantum Dream.
Yeah,
I think is the studio. David Cage is a weird guy.
They said that in the before next year's PSX, PlayStation will be able to change their usernames.
Now, did he full on said?
Yeah, before next year's PSX.
Or he didn't hint at it. He just he straight up said, okay.
It will happen sometime before next year.
Good, because I really want to change mine. I've been wanting to change mine since the PS3.
I might take the out of my name, but
no,
it's not nothing made. Like that's.
I just want to unify my screen name because my PSN is the only one that's off. It's the only one that's off. Like it's my Steam, my not Sony, Switch, my Nintendo account is the same username. Even on Xbox, it's one name. It's the same name, except for freaking PSN. It pisses me off.
Well, you'll be able to fix that.
Even just here's like $10. Let me do it. I don't care.
Yeah, that'll be interesting if they make people charge.
They charge on Xbox.
Do they?
I think you get the first one free, but after that.
Okay, I only need one.
Yeah, but it depends on what they want to do. Yeah. So, and I think they announced some more VR stuff, right?
There's something about Last Guardian
VR and Wipeout VR. I think Wipeout VR might be.
Oh.
I think that's a really good idea.
Get sick.
I think that's a really, really good idea. It's just like, oh god, 900 miles per hour.
Yep. That's terrifying.
No, it's amazing. That's the perfect use for VR. Media Molecule showed off their VR game, Dreams or something. So I think that got the fiance very, very interested. Because she's never been like into VR stuff, but she saw the trailer at the VGAs, and she was kind of sold on it. And honestly, I'm kind of sold on it too. But the fact that you can make anything in VR, is incredible. And the fact that PSVR is still the cheapest way to get into VR at the moment. So,
there was a new game. I can't remember. I was watching it this morning too. What was it? It starts with a B. I want to say Blink or something.
Was it at the PSX?
Yeah, it's the PSX. Blinker maybe?
Chip Moto 2 old lady.
Wow, no, okay, I was maybe way off on the name.
PlayStation game starting with the letter B.
Nope.
You might get a lot.
I don't know. I don't know if that really. It was a limited demo play.
No.
So I mean, obviously, it's still early in development. And I didn't really, like I said, not a lot during this PSX really piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm.
I just want these, like I said, I just want God of War.
God of War, yeah.
I want that like I said, that Detroit game looks interesting.
I think.
And Spider-Man.
Did they show Spider-Man?
Yeah. Didn't show Spider-Man, but those are like the three main games I'm wanting to come out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I want from PlayStation right now that I'm making that transition to PC gaming. Like for me, if it's available on all consoles, I'm gonna choose PlayStation or PC. Yeah. Just because my PS4 is still doing that weird thing. It's still something.
Send that in.
I'm so lazy. I'll finish Wolfenstein first.
Yeah.
And then I'll send it in, and then I'll play something like Horizon or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's out of warranty anyway, so.
Yep.
But yeah, that's sort of been this week in up review. Yeah. So if you, that's it, right?
Not too much.
Yeah, it's been a thin-ish week.
Oh yeah.
I want to see if there's any like last minute like, oh no, the Fox deal is done now or whatever.
No, I don't see it done till the middle of the week.
Oh yeah, they announced the Champions Ballad for Zelda Breath of the Wild
with a motorcycle.
Yes. So the crazy thing about the motorcycle DLC, the motorcycle part of that DLC, is that they announced that like years ago.
Apparently.
Like it was in a key art for Zelda with him on Link on a motorcycle, and everyone's like, oh, that's crazy. That'll never happen. Yeah, no. And it happened. So. No, that's been that's like
finish week.
Yeah, nothing's changed. So, anyways, if you like what you saw here, we're gonna take about 5-10 minute break.
Yep. To
refresh ourselves, and then we'll come back for the post-credit show where we talk about movies and games and things that we've done,
and all that fun stuff.
Things we've done this week. And so we'll get back to you guys soon. In the meantime, you can go take a look at us on our YouTube page. Go take a look at us on our website. It's www.barrelrollnews.com. You'll find everything there, everything that you need to do stuff. And just follow us, share, share everything.
Go look at us.
I look at us. I always look at us. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
I did a hard transition.